Hi guys, welcome to Get Real Life TV. This is where we promote African culture, traditions, and religion. I thank you all for your support, both in cash and in kind. I greet you all as you are coming in. I greet you all to, and I welcome you all to Get Real Life TV. So I just want us to have a conversation, and I want to seek the indulgence of my brothers and sisters who are Yoruba speakers to pardon me. I am going to be speaking English because I know that you guys usually complain that I speak uh, English. Meanwhile, we promote Yoruba belief system. So please, I want you all to understand that this tradition is not only uh, for Yorubas. Where there are millions of brothers and sisters outside Yoruba land who are in love with our belief system, who are in love with Ifa Orisha practice. So please, it is even because our babas, many of our babas cannot speak English. So I should have loved them to speak English while I interview them. So they speak Yoruba, and it take me a lot of work to translate what they say to English and to other languages. So please, my fellow Yorubas, you have to pardon me because if I am to be live here and those that love what we do, they won't want to wait for us to finish the translation before they will want to know what we are talking about on this platform. So please try to pardon me. I always love to speak English whenever I can. So I greet you all. I just want to check on you guys and to let you know what we have in stock for you and for me to explain more better what we do on this platform. Because for those of you who are just joining this channel, we need to welcome you all, and we need to explain our mission, and we need to let you understand what this channel is meant for. So thank you, Oshun's Oni. Yeah, Oshun Yoruba is in your blood. Thank you. So we want you all to learn Yoruba, and even I have a book here, but we'll get there. We'll get there. So there are ways you guys can learn Yoruba. We actually want you all to understand Yoruba language, but for the meantime, we have to consider you by speaking English on this platform. So you all know what we do here. We move around. We travel around Yoruba villages, towns, and cities to meet with the practitioners of Orisha, and most especially Ifa. So it's our job. That's what we do. We travel all the time, and that's one of the reasons why I don't come live with you like this to discuss with you all, because I feel it's necessary for me to always do live with you guys so that we can have a conversation. So if you have any question or if you have any concern about what we do on this platform, we can always rub minds. And as well, most importantly, I always encourage you guys to read, to buy books from us to read. And there are other books that maybe we don't sell that you can lay your hands on and read. So as you do this, you are going to be learning more about Orisha practice, learn more about the tradition. So what we are doing is that we are trying to wake our people up. We are trying to let the narratives change. As you know that the Abrahamic religions, they have told us so many lies, and now that we are waking up, so we need to educate ourselves, and the only way we can do that is to meet with the practitioners. So when we meet with the practitioners, even though some of you guys do not agree with some of our guests, especially my fellow Yorubas, but I want you all to understand that no knowledge is lost. Even the most stupid person on earth can still say something reasonable. So because recently there is a Baba that I put on the platform, I intentionally showcase that very Baba, that herbalist from Ibadan, because and if you watch the interview, you will see that my questions are like not actually asking to learn. I was like asking him for him to explain how he practices his uh, his own version of Isheshe, and I want you all to agree with me that in Nigeria today, we have different Yoruba towns and villages, different cities, different towns, and there are slight um, differences in the way we practice our belief system, the tradition. Slightly, although we speak the same thing, we say the way everything is the same thing, we worship the same Orisha, and we appease the same Orisha. But if you travel around, you will realize that there are some slight differences in the way the tradition is being practiced. So I want you all to understand that, because let's say, for instance, someone who lives in Ibadan and who has never traveled to other town, who has not seen how Isheshe is being practiced in another town. Let's say, for instance, in Ekiti. So it may be strange to that person to say, "Oh, what is the person talking about?" And we that we travel around, we really understand that nobody knows it all, and that's the reason why we travel to meet all these babas for us to interview them. We interview them, but then if we want to teach you something, we do our research, we read books, and we come up with what we want you guys to learn. But the interview aspect is just for us to talk, to relate with the practitioners, for us to have an idea on how they practice their own version of their own, not their own version, their belief system. So, first of all, I have a book here for some of you who want to learn Yoruba. So, there is a dictionary here. It is called a dictionary of Yoruba. A dictionary of Yoruba, monosyllabic verbs. So, with this very book now, okay, someone says, is it possible for me to get the Baba phone number? Okay, let me answer this question. Let me, please, if you can put in the comments, can you let me understand why you want to have to get the phone number? I don't know you. I don't know where where you are commenting from. But if you can comment the reason why you want the number, so that I can answer you and others can learn, and others can understand why. Even though if I'm not giving the number, then others can know the reason why. So let me know why you want the number, please. Omile Ibuki, okay, from the UK. So can you tell us why you need a phone number? Because I've already made some videos on this, to explain why we don't share contact on this platform anymore. So now that you are still asking for it, please, can you let me know why you want the phone number? Well, so while I'm waiting for your reason, we don't share contact anymore on this platform. When we started, we used to share the contact of our guests. And if I tell you that so far we've interviewed over 100 custodians now, and I can tell you that putting the numbers of our guests on this platform is like putting you guys at risk, because there are so many people who do not really understand what Orisha is in particular, how to relate with a traditionalist or thereabout. And all the people that I'm interviewing, I do not know them from anywhere. We travel to them. Though some people will say I should have done my thorough investigation, I cannot be doing investigation for weeks before I interview people. If I see that this is what you do, I interview you. The interview I interview you is for me to know more about you. So as I'm knowing about you, my followers will know about such a guest as well. So we don't want to put you at risk, and that's the reason why we do not put the phone number there. And we have our guidelines if you want to connect with any of them, when you message, then we give you our terms and conditions. Then if it's okay by you, so we have a way to connect you and the guests together. Then we moderate everything so nobody complains. Because the time when we started, we used to release the numbers, but it's almost got us into trouble. Then we had to stop. So that is the reason why we do not share contacts. Thank you. So the book is the Dictionary of Yoruba Monosyllabic Verbs. So this book, I am going to be putting it on my website maybe by tomorrow, because I just got some copies so that you guys can benefit from it, especially for those of you who want to learn Yoruba. So there are short sentences that are here that you guys can actually be reading. Then the meanings of those sentences are there, so you can read. So I'm going to put the description on my website, then share it maybe at the community tab on my platform. So I'm going to put it there. You can place a order there as well. So there is another book that I have. I know you must have been seeing this very book online. It is called Socrates and Orunmila. You can see. Let me see whether it's showing you Socrates and Orunmila. So now this book, the author of this book is or let me say was late Sophie Bosede Oluwole. So a professor. She was a professor, and you all know who Socrates is. So she did the I think is a similarity between Socrates. Is it similarity? I think, let me check, between Socrates and Orunmila. You know, let me just check the content of this. Let me put this here like this so that you guys can see it. So the table of contents, you know, characteristics of Socrates. So you are going to three characteristics of Socrates, three characterization of Orunmila. So when you know who Socrates is, then you know who Orunmila is, then you are going to understand what Professor compared there. So what they said, you know, what the quotation of Socrates and the quotation of Orunmila. So some existing canons of distinguishing between Western and African philosophy. So we have that as well. The traditions of philosophy and conceptual frameworks, distinctive intellectual features of Western. And so when you read this book will open your eyes to, you know, we have been saying that Ifa has everything, that Ifa has philosophy, Ifa has science, Ifa has technology, Ifa has mathematics and everything. So when you read this book, you are going to, it will open your eyes to what we have been saying, that Ifa has everything. So Ifa as well is it can be called a classical philosophy, you know. So all fields of study are in Ifa and in Ifa. So when you get this book, you are going to be able to understand that. So for those of you guys who can read Yoruba language, I have this. And I've interviewed this Baba. So in a couple of days, the interview will be released. So you will learn, even from the video, you are going to learn Kauri divination, because this book is Oju Odu Oweyo Erindilogun. What this book is for. So if you want to learn how to divine cowries in the right way, this book is okay for you. And the Baba said the English version will be coming out soon. So this is the Yoruba version. And for those of you who are not Yoruba speakers, you can get a copy for yourself. Then get a friend who understands Yoruba. It's not too much. The book is not too voluminous. So you can get a friend to translate for you. Then maybe you write it somewhere. So the language shouldn't be a problem to you, right? So thank you guys. I just decided to say hello, to just check on you guys, and to let you know that we have books that you guys can buy. And I'll be putting the link to my store right in the description section of this video after this live stream. Thank you guys. I appreciate you all, and I say may Olodumare continue to bless you. Oshus Oni, thank you very much. Thank you. So I always want to be coming up once in a while like this to do live stream, to come up with topics to discuss, but I think I have to reschedule my time so that we can always have a dialogue like this. So with the knowledge that I've gathered, I can always come out to share my own, side of my knowledge with you, so we can rub minds together. There are books, and I've interviewed, at least over 100 practitioners. So, and I've done a lot of research. So, and I want you all to understand something, that we have the spiritual aspect of our tradition, then we have the knowledge-based aspects. So you can learning doesn't mean that you want to be spiritual. Your spirituality is in you always. So it's in you. You just have to unlock it. You have to unlock your spiritual energy. But when it comes to knowledge, it's good to learn. When you learn, so nobody will be able to brainwash you or to lie to you, based on your own belief system. Thank you guys. May Olodumare continue to be with you all. And I thank you all for your support, both in cash and in kind. Thank you, and get a better life. Bye for now.